What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. We are here with the Colossus Seasonal Championship. It's basically just the Colossus, it's only one race in the championship, so... We need to use a Super GT car in the S1 class. I'm using the 2015 Ferrari F12 TDF. It's currently available in the Forza shop, and the tuning share code is in the description. As always, I think. The Colossus obviously being a pretty long race, but we'll manage, I think. I would think we will manage. To be surprised if we didn't. Come on, there we go. It's one of the rare videos I am recording during the day, and what that means is, unfortunately, I don't see very much because the sun is shining in from behind, but I did complete that championship before, so there is that. Unfortunately, Forza decided, hey, you know, I'm just going to reset all of your sound settings so that nobody can hear you when you talk over the game, because the game is all of a sudden like 10 times as loud. And yeah, that kind of ruined it. So I'll now redrive that race. Bump that guy out of the way. And that puts us into second. Now we go on the inside. We got pushed pretty hard there. I mean, we didn't yield, but the AI also didn't yield in that particular case. A good bit ahead, that is not good, obviously. Why would that be bad, eh? There we go. We try to make a little gap here, as 10% of the race are done. Obviously a pretty long race. Well, in Forza standards, it's a pretty long race. I mean, I drove Gran Turismo 24-hour races in Gran Turismo 4 when I was a kid, but well, those were different days, and I had a lot more time, to be fair. It's not like I could drive a 24-hour race today. When would I do that? Unless you have like a save feature or something where you can turn it off and continue at some other time, but like what I did as a kid was I went to bed early and got up at like 7 in the morning the next day during the weekend, and quickly had breakfast and then started a 24-hour race, and obviously had a lot of water and always took a drink during the pit stops, and maybe sometimes on the long straight, depending on which race, the long straight in Le Mans, there is obviously a very long straight there, or the long straight towards the end of the ring, there's obviously also a very long straight there. So you really have time there. You also have time to rest a little bit on those very long straights. Time to relax a little bit before it goes into the more technical sections again. But really the challenge was like you took like a 10-minute break to quickly have some really fast lunch, and then another 10-minute break to have some really fast dinner. And that's pretty much it. Those were your breaks. Maybe 1 or 2 toilet breaks added in, and that's about it. And you drove through the entire day and the entire night, and I must say that was a pretty big challenge. I mean, a race like this, yeah, it takes like 15 minutes, 16, 17, depending on which car you use. Expect like a 17-minute finish here. depending on how we drive. And that was like 24 hours, and obviously I started at roughly 8 a.m. and I had lunch at roughly 12, and then 4 hours were gone, and I'm like, okay, I feel like we could stop and the race could be over now. 4-hour race, pretty good. Lots of kilometers driven, obviously. Back in the day you could still see the kilometers that your car had, so you knew how much you were driving there. So that was pretty insane. And then you did another 6-7 hours until you had dinner. And then you roughly had half a race done at that point. Not quite, but roughly. And you're like, okay. Still half a race to go, oh my. And that was during the day, and you were already pretty tired. And it's very hard to focus in that long. You kind of get in that repetitive lull where you kind of start losing focus because you drive lap after lap after lap after lap. It's just always the same. Whoa, that's not good. A little late on the brakes there, and they catch up. Oh, my leg hurts. How do I sit? This should be okay. I don't know what's up with my upper leg. No idea. Just started hurting today. Old age, I guess. Probably old age. I'm not really afraid that they overtake me. We were driving very conservatively here, and then we always have a little more that we can do. A little more speed we can extract. But obviously when you're in the lead, you don't take that last bit of risk. You drive as fast as you have to, and that's about it. So, 7 minutes, nearly. Nah, I don't care. Go away. But yeah, that 24-hour race was really tough. And something else that was really tough about the race was your hands start hurting after a while of holding the controller. And your back starts hurting after a while after sitting in the same damn position all the time. I mean, you can change positions here or there, but there are only so many driving positions, you know, or positions that you can comfortably hold the controller in while driving. And you also have to say, okay, you want positions where you don't get tired too easily. So you really want to sit, you don't just want to lay down on the couch and play, because like you get tired when you do that. Slightly losing the rear there. Another great entry. This one is okay. Yeah, there we go. Now we have a little bit of a distance again, a little bit of a gap. Whoops. And as soon as we relax, we drive into the wall, of course. But that's like the thing, like with a 24-hour race. I am shocked, really, that I managed to do this. Like, when I think about it right now, I'm like, nah, not gonna do something like that. But back in the day, like, that was enjoyable, and I was really proud of myself that I was able to do it like that, but that was pretty cool. But yeah, obviously your hands start hurting at some point, and then on the long straights you kind of stretch your hands. During the pit stops you take your hands off, stretch them a little bit, try to get comfortable. So that's really... I have to admit, I actually sometimes took pit stops I didn't necessarily have to take already, just to have a very short break where I can drink a little bit and rest my hands shortly, and then you continue. I probably took like 3-4 pit stops, but I didn't have to take, especially during the night, to just drink something a little bit more often, you know. But if I recall correctly, the race wasn't really that close, so it was okay, you could do that. I very much preferred the Le Mans 24-hour races. I think there were 2 of them, one on the old track without the chicanes and one on the new track with the chicanes. And obviously I just love the old one without the chicanes because you can just pick up so much speed and then race through. That was pretty cool. Especially with some of the more modern cars that had a lot of top speed. And I love speed in general. Oh, so that was really fun. I very much enjoyed the Nissan R92 CP. That was really one of my favorites for the Le Mans 24 hours. There we go, 2/3 of the race done, and we're closing in again. That's fun. It doesn't really matter, it's not like we're gonna overtake us. The AI just makes the race sorta interesting, I guess. I really like the car, by the way. I also like the design. I was thinking about using the standard design because the standard blue is really cool. And we're losing focus a little bit, so we're actually dropping speed here. Need to pick it up a little bit again. That wasn't good. Something about the Colossus is just... it goes on and on and on. Really not used to something like that anymore. Which is okay. I don't miss races like that. Especially in a game like this. Oops. I do find it interesting that they made a one race championship and then a 5 race championship as well, and I didn't drive the other 2 championships yet, who knows what else they did. But they very rarely differ from their formula of 3 races with a regular amount of laps that the races have. That should be okay. Yep. Like normally you get 3 races, and each race with the amount of laps that the races normally have. Usually that's 3. But they differed a little bit in the Extreme E Championship. You still had the 3 races, but with some of the races they actually lowered the amount of laps to 1. So you had like 1 lap to overtake everyone. It was pretty challenging. And now they do it here with the amount of races, which is... well, I don't mind. I mean, something different for a change, but it's certainly new. This is now once again the point where if okay, the race could end now. If the finish line was here, I'd be totally fine with that, but still have some ways to go. 13%. What did I say I expect for a finishing time? 17 minutes? Yeah, we could reach that. We might also be slower. It's a very slow section here, so we might actually be above 17 minutes. went way too fast into that corner. That would have been a pretty big accident. This one goes for further though. Let's cut the dirt a little bit. Come on, there we go. That was a good one. Sometimes you can do a short brake so that you get more weight on the front wheels when turning. And go on the gas again so that the turning point works better. You just need to make sure that you don't completely destabilize the car while you do it. That's the risk you run when you do that. Whoa. So kind of brake when turning, get the weight forward, then hit the gas. Yeah, we're pretty far under 17 minutes actually. Not even 16, whoops. 15:50, yeah, that's fine. You can probably do it under 15 minutes without much trouble, but you probably have to be awake for that and care. I could actually try that. It's a 5-second gap, which was exactly the same gap as last 2 times I did that race. Again, I recorded it twice already, so... oh well, this is now the 3rd one, and I hope the sound works now, so there is that. So I hope you enjoyed it, thank you for watching, and until next time... of course, watch this. The wheel spin to end it. Hey, that's a pretty good one. So, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and until next time, farewell.